Good morning, class. I'm Sonali, your biology teacher for the session. In our previous videos, we have discussed the chapter number 1, that was about plant tissues. Now, in this video, we are going to discuss your chapter number 2 of biology, that is animal tissues. So, first of all, before discussing what are animal tissues, let us revise the meaning of the tissues which you have studied in the chapter number 1 video. So, what are tissues? Tissues are a group of similar cells that are designed together to perform a similar function. So that is your tissues. We have discussed about the different types of plant tissues. Now in this chapter we are going to discuss the different types of animal tissues. So what are the different types of animal tissues? In animals also different tissues are organized together, different cells are organized together to form tissues to perform some similar functions. So they are divided into 4 categories. They are of 4 types. The 4 types are epithelial, connective, nervous and muscular. So the 4 types of animal tissues are epithelial tissue, connective tissue, nervous tissue and muscular tissue. We will start discussing about this later on, but I will give you a little bit of introduction about all these 4 types in brief. First, see, first one is your epithelial tissue. So what is epithelial tissue? Epithelial tissue is found in the, it is the outermost layer of all the organs. What makes up your skin? That is your epithelial tissue. Okay, and the very important factor which you have to keep in mind while studying the epithelial tissue is that the cells in the epithelial tissue, they are tightly packed together, compactly packed together. Why? Can you list me the reason? Because so that the microorganisms cannot enter in our skin. So that's why the cells are tightly packed. Okay, if they are not tightly packed, the microorganism will get some space in entering our body. Okay, so epithelial tissue, what are epithelial tissue? They are found in the outermost layers of the organ. It makes up the skin, and the cells in the epithelial tissue are tightly packed together. The second type of animal tissue is connective tissue. Connective tissue. So connective tissue, what is the function of connective tissue? There are so many things in our body. Okay, the bones, cartilage, ligaments, tendons that we are going to discuss later in this chapter. So all these things, how they are connected? Using the connective tissue, by the connective tissue. So what is the function of connective tissue? It helps in connecting the rest of the tissues together. Okay, next one is your nervous tissue. So nervous tissue, as the name suggests, nervous tissue consists of the nerves. Okay, and what is the work of the nerves? It helps in conducting the impulses. What are impulses? See, if there is any stimuli taking place around your surroundings, so your brain gets that. Okay, if you have touched a hot iron, as soon as you touch that hot iron, okay, your brain gets the impulses and you just remove the hand from the hot iron. So who are conducting those impulses? They are conducted by nerves which are present in the nervous tissue. Okay, next one is your muscular tissue. So muscular tissue consists of the muscles. Okay, these muscles, how can you move your hands, your legs? How you can move these organs? Because these muscles are attached to the bones. Okay, you cannot move your bones unless and until the muscles are attached to them. Okay, so now you got the idea of the 4 types of animal tissues. The 4 types are epithelial, connective, nervous and muscular tissues, which we will read in detail now. Now we will discuss in detail what are epithelial tissues. Okay, so what are epithelial tissues? We have discussed in brief. What are epithelial tissues? It is present in the inner lining of the internal organs and almost on all the outermost coverings. Okay, because they are needed for the exchange and for the protection of our organs. Okay, now What are the types of epithelial tissue? Epithelial tissue are divided into two categories, that is your simple epithelium and striated epithelium. Okay, simple epithelium. What is simple epithelium? That is single layered, only one single layer is present, and that is used for that is present in those places where there is exchange taking place, exchange of gases. Okay, for example lungs. Okay, then where are the striated epithelium present? Striated means multi-layered. So where are the multi-layered needed? For the protection, like your outermost part of the skin. If you are wounded or you are injured, then what happens? The protection is needed, the covering is needed. Okay, so their striated epithelium is present. Now these two are also of three types, that is columnar, cuboidal and ciliated. Okay, columnar, cuboidal and ciliated. Okay, so these were the types of epithelial tissue. Okay, now let me tell you one most important point about the epithelial tissue. What is that? See, here in this diagram, the boxes, because epithelial tissue cells are tightly fit together. Okay, so in this epithelial tissue, below this epithelial tissue, a basement membrane is present. Okay, what is that basement membrane made up of? That is your collagen protein. Okay, that is your collagen protein. Okay, so you have to remember, you have to memorize this point. This is a very important point. This basement membrane below your tissue is made up of collagen protein. You must have noticed when you are touching a soft skin of a baby, the chubby cheeks. Okay, so the cheeks are very soft, the skin is very soft. Why? Because this collagen protein is present in full amount, okay, in that age. But as the age passes, okay, when we are in old age, so what happens? This collagen protein is broken down. Okay, and that's why we get wrinkles on our faces. Okay, so that is just because of the collagen protein. Now comes your structure of the epithelial tissue. So what is the structure? In the epithelial tissue, cells are tightly fit together and they have no spaces between them. Okay, and the function, there are two functions of epithelial tissue, that is it supports and protects the internal organs. Okay, and second one is it prevents entry of germs. So this was all about your epithelial tissue. Now next tissue is your connective tissue. Okay, so connective tissue, what is the function of connective tissue? It connects the various tissues together. Okay, it is helpful in connecting the various tissues or the various organs together. And the second important point to remember about connective tissue is the cells of the connective tissue, they contain some intercellular substance. Okay, that is known as ground substance or matrix. Okay, the cells of this tissue contains ground substance or matrix. This is the question that can be asked. Now connective tissue, they are of three types. Okay, they are your connective tissue proper, skeletal tissues and fluid connective tissues. Okay, so the three types of connective tissue are connective tissue proper, skeletal tissues and fluid connective tissues. Okay, so what are connective tissue propers? The work of connective tissue proper is it fills up the space between the organs. The important point you have to remember about it is it fills up the space between the organs. Then it is of two types, connective tissue proper, that is areolar and adipose. We will discuss the difference later on. Okay, for now just remember the names. The two types of connective tissue proper are areolar and adipose. Okay, the next one is your skeletal tissue. What is the work of skeletal tissue? Skeletal tissue forms the internal skeleton of all the vertebrates. Okay, what is this internal skeleton made up of? Skeletal tissues. Okay, so there are four types of skeletal tissues. They are bone, cartilage, tendons and ligaments. Okay, so we will do the difference between bone and cartilage and tendons and ligaments. Okay, for now just remember the four types of skeletal tissues. They are bone, cartilage, tendon and ligaments. The next one is your fluid connective tissue. Okay, so fluid connective tissue, which is in the form of fluid and helps in connecting the organs. So they are of two types. They are blood and lymph. The two types of fluid connective tissue are blood and lymph. Now we will discuss the types of connective tissue proper. So the two types of connective tissue proper are areolar and adipose tissue. Areolar tissue, it forms a continuous layer beneath the skin. Okay, it is not breaking down, it forms a tight continuous layer beneath the skin. Now adipose, it is loose connective tissue beneath the skin. Loose one. Okay, then next one is areolar, helps in building up a variety of body structures because it is a continuous layer, so it builds a variety of body structures. Next is your adipose tissue. It forms a thick layer of fat beneath the skin which is providing insulation to the body. Okay, so the question is very important, which tissue helps in storing the fat? That is your adipose tissue. It is helpful in the storage of fat because it forms a thick layer of fat beneath the skin. Last one is your functions of the two. Areolar tissue, what is the function? It binds the skin with muscles, okay, so that you are able to move your body. Or the very important point about this is whenever you stretch your skin, like you must have done googly boogly bush, okay, you must have stretched your skin and released it, it returns to its original position. It is because of the areolar tissue. And adipose tissue, it acts as energy source. Since it is storing the fat, so whenever our body needs energy, it converts those fat into carbohydrates, thus releasing energy. So it acts as a energy source. These were the two types of connective tissue proper, areolar and adipose. Now our next type of connective tissue is skeletal tissue. So we will discuss the four types of skeletal tissues. They are bone, cartilage, tendons and ligaments. First, let us do the differentiate of bone and cartilage. Just bone and cartilage. So when we are discussing about bone and cartilage, they two are totally different from each other. They are connective tissues. They connect the tissues together but in different ways. Okay. So first one, bone is hard and porous. The bones are always hard and porous, but cartilage, they are completely soft and non-porous. Then bones are non-flexible. You cannot turn and twist your bones, but cartilage are flexible. You must have noticed you can twist your ears, you can twist the tip of your nose. Why? Because cartilage are present there, because they are flexible. Okay, but you cannot twist the bones in your hand, the bones in your legs, because bones are non-flexible. Third one is blood vessels are present in bones but absent in cartilage. Okay. Next, very important, cells of the bones tissues are known as osteocytes. Okay, the pronunciation should be correct. Cells of the bones are called osteocytes, but cells of the cartilage are known as chondrocytes. And the last one is bones forms framework of the body. The function, what is the function of the bone? It forms the framework of the body, but cartilage, it provides support and flexibility. Now comes your difference between tendons and ligaments. Okay, so tendons, it is completely inelastic in nature. Ligaments is highly elastic. What is the main function of tendons and ligaments? Tendons join muscles to bones, but ligaments connects two bones together. So it connects bones to bone. Okay, tendons are made up of white fibers, but ligaments are made up of white as well as yellow fibers. And the last one, the function of the two, it provides movement to the muscles, and the ligaments provide movement but prevents the overextension. So these were the two differences between the tendons and ligaments. Now the last type of the connective tissue is fluid connective tissue. So the fluid connective tissue, the name suggests it consists of the fluid part. So it consists of two main types, that is your blood and lymph. Okay, now talking about the blood, there are also two types. It contains the liquid part as well as the cellular part. Okay, the liquid part consists of watery plasma. Okay, and the next one, cellular part, it consists of three types of cells. First one is your RBCs, that stands for red blood cells. Next one is your WBCs, that stands for white blood cells. Okay, and the last one is your platelets. So what are the functions of these three? RBCs, the main function of red blood cells is it carries the oxygen to different body parts. Next, WBCs, the main function of white blood cells in your body is to fight against the disease, and it also prevent you from the germs. Last one, blood platelets. It helps in the clotting of blood. You must have noticed when you get injured or when you get wounded, okay, after 2-3 days, the wound or the injury, it covers it up. Okay, so that is clot. The blood is forming the clot, and that is because of the blood platelets. Now the very important point which you have to keep in mind, and from which question can be asked, why the blood is red in color. Okay, so why the blood is red in color? It is due to the so the red color of the blood is due to the presence of a substance known as hemoglobin. You have to remember this term, hemoglobin, and it is very, very important. Now the next part of fluid connective tissue, it consists of lymph, only lymph. Okay, so lymph, what about lymph? Lymph is a clear watery fluid. What is the function of lymph? It picks up fat, bacteria, and whatever other unwanted materials are present in the blood, it picks up it from the blood. And the last function of lymph is it defends body against the disease. Okay, so this was all about your connective tissue. So in this video we have discussed what are animal tissues, the different types of animal tissues, the epithelial and the connective tissues, okay, and their types. And in next video we will discuss the chapter further. So till then, revise all the things discussed in this video, and bye for this video.